Hey, how's everybody doing? My name's Coupe and I'm back. And this episode of What It Means to Me is about addiction. More specifically, gambling addiction. Now, there's many types of addiction out there, but I'm going to kind of talk about one that I have dabbled in a little bit. Gambling addiction is a big problem. It's a big problem because most people do it and gamble when you can't afford to lose. When I was younger, I started playing pool. I played pool. I had a pool table in my basement, and I started playing pool. In high school, I would go to an arcade a couple of blocks from my school during lunch hour, and I would start playing pool. At first, you win some, you lose some. But then I started getting good, and I started playing more and gambling more. And this was when I was around 16, 17. And I got to the point where I started doing well and making money, and then I started skipping school. Ended up dropping out of high school. And I carried on and played pool for another few years. And then you get to the point where you start losing. You start playing against people that are better than you. But you keep playing, you keep gambling. And then I got introduced to poker. And pool kind of died down when poker really got big. I stopped playing pool and started playing poker. And at first, you win some, you lose some. You start out losing. It's just the way everything goes when you first start out. But then you start getting better and start learning. You start being able to read people. And then it becomes an addiction. And you start playing and gambling, and you play poker when you can't afford to lose it. And don't get me wrong, for a few years I actually made a living off of poker. My rent and responsibilities were next to none, so it didn't really cost me that much. And then you start playing poker more and more, and you start getting to the point where you're losing all your money and you can't pay your rent. Start getting behind and all your bills. And then the online world started popping up, and you get a credit card so you can play online. And then soon your credit card is a $5,000 limit, and then you max that out. The reason that I'm bringing this to you and talking to you about this now is I've recently had an encounter. I have, for a while there, for a few years, I stopped playing poker, I stopped playing pool, I stopped gambling. I wasn't doing anything. The closest thing to gambling I came was buying a lottery ticket. But recently I started playing poker again, and went down to the local casino. They don't have actual cards. It's kind of a digital table. Everybody's got their own little screen. You put your hands on the screen and flips your cards up so only you can see them. And then they go back down. Takes a little bit to get used to, but it takes a little bit from the game. You can't read people as much because they're not fiddling with their chips and fiddling with their cards. But it does increase the game rate. More hands per hour. But what I guess I'm getting to is gambling is an addiction. Some people are just good at it and they succeed and they do it for a living. Some people do it on the side for fun because they can afford to lose it. You have a really good job, you just do it on the side, $100 a week, not that big a deal. But I'm in one of those situations where I'm not doing too well, and I still went and started playing. I'm not going to really try and get into the details. Gambling's a problem, and I hope you don't have it. Let me know in the comment section below if you've had any problems with addiction, any type of addiction, or if it's a little too personal, you could send me a private message. I'm going to read everything and reply to everything. This is Coupe saying rate, comment, subscribe. Do what you do, skadoosh.